Hello dear students, today we'll be solving 20 questions from Julius Caesar Act 4 Scene 1. So before we go into the questions, let's first go through the overview of the scene. So in the beginning of the scene, Antony, Octavius and Lepidus are discussing the list of people to be assassinated who could be a threat to them. And once Lepidus leaves, Antony decides that Lepidus is only meant to be sent on errands and that they should get rid of him once their work is done. Then they also talk about raising power as Brutus and Cassius are gaining it, and that they should act quickly. So this is the gist of what happens in this scene. Now let's go into the multiple choice questions. The first one. What is Antony, Octavius and Lepidus discussing in the beginning of the scene? A. The list of people to be killed. B. How to fight against Brutus and Cassius. C. The strategy for the war. Or D. What is written in the will. So we've already discussed this. The answer is A, the list of people to be killed or assassinated. Second, when Octavius tells Lepidus that his brother must die, how does he respond? A, he agrees immediately without condition. B, he agrees under a condition. C, he denies it. Or D, he argues with them. So the answer is he agrees but under a condition. The third question. Who does Lepidus say must die? A. Brutus, B. Cassius, C. Publius or D. all the conspirators. So Lepidus agrees upon the condition that the answer is C. Publius. Yes. So what does Lepidus say? Upon condition that Publius should not live, who is Mark Antony's sister's son. Yes. Okay. Moving to the fourth one. Where does Antony send Lepidus? A. To fetch Caesar's will. B. To see the state of affairs on the street. C. To see what the citizens are doing. Or D. To ready the army for war. So, Antony sends Lepidus to? Yes, to fetch Caesar's will. The fifth one. What are they planning to do with Caesar's will? A. Truthfully distribute it among the people. B. Read it aloud and see what does it contain. C. To make changes in it so that they can equally distribute it among themselves. Or D. Cut off some payments promised to the public. So the answer is option D. What does Antony say? Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge in legacies. The sixth one. This is a slight, unmeritable man, meant to be sent on errands. Who says the following words? A. Octavius, B. Caesar, C. Lepidus or D. Mark Antony. So who says the following words? It is told by Mark Antony. Seventh one. What does Antony not want to share with Lepidus and why? So Antony feels that Lepidus is a slightly unmeritable man who is meant to only be sent on errands. So he is wondering if Lepidus is fit to even receive a part of the 3 divisions of the Roman Empire. So one part of the 3 divisions of the Roman Empire. So Antony is wondering if he is even fit to receive it. And he believes that Lepidus is an unmeritable man who is only meant to be sent on errands. 8th one. I have seen more days than you. And though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of diverse slanderous load, who says the following lines? A. Octavius, B. Caesar, C. Lepidus, or D. Mark Antony. So who says I have seen more days than you and we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of diverse slanderous loads? Yes, it is told by Mark Antony. And the same thing, about whom is the line spoken about? So is the line spoken about A. Octavius, B. Caesar, C. Lepidus, or D. Mark Antony? So these words were mentioned about Lepidus. So it is Mark Antony who says the following lines about Lepidus. 10th one. Which among these does Mark Antony not think about Lepidus? A. He shall bear the load as the ass bears gold. B. He is a barren spirited fellow. C. He is an unimportant and insignificant man who is just fit to be sent on errands. Or D. He should be killed as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. So here we have to see which is not thought about thought by Mark Antony about Lepidus. Have you marked your answer? It is option D. He doesn't mention about killing Lepidus. Okay, so because this is an important question, I have written it in bullet points so that you can recall all the points. What does Antony think about Lepidus? So the first point is, they are giving honors to Lepidus just to relieve themselves of some burdens and accusations. Second, Lepidus shall bear them like a donkey bears gold, to groan and sweat under the work. So, Lepidus shall bear work like how a donkey bears gold, to groan and sweat under the work, and to be led or driven as they direct. And once they have the treasure where they want it, they will take the load off his back and dismiss him like an empty donkey, who, shaking his ears, will graze on the public pasture. Then he says, both his horse and Lepidus are similar, as both must be taught, trained, and ordered around, and their physical movements are controlled by Mark Antony's spirits. Antony further calls Lepidus a dull-minded person who lives off the leftovers and imitations of what other people have done, and asks Octavius not to talk about Lepidus as if he's a person. So these are the 5 points that Antony thinks about. So make sure that you study this well. 12th one. What does Octavius say about Lepidus? A. He agrees with Antony. B. He says he's an experienced and valiant soldier. C. He agrees that he's dull-minded. Or D. He tells Antony to be cautious. So Octavius calls Lepidus an experienced and valiant soldier. The 13th one. What does Antony suggest is the best way to deal with open perils? A. To make an alliance with Brutus and Cassius. B. To make an alliance with Lepidus. C. To make an alliance with each other, that is Antony and Octavius. Or D. To not make any alliance and keep matters secret. So what is the answer? It is to make an alliance with each other. If you remember, what does he say? Let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council. 14th one. In which way is Lepidus similar to Antony's horse? Now we have already discussed this in another long question, so make sure you get this answer right. A. They both run fast. B. Their physical movements are governed by Antony. C. They both must be taught and trained and ordered around. Or D. Both option B and C. Yes, the answer is D, both option B and C. 15th. What are they planning to do in the council meet? A. Figure out the best way to reveal secret matters. B. Figure out their war strategy. C. Answer open perils. Or D. How to throw Lepidus out of the plan. So the answer is first option A and option C. So in the passage it is written, let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered. So it is option A and C. 16th. Once the will is fetched, what will they determine? A. How to cut off some payments promised to people. B. How much money Octavius and Antony will get. C. To see what Caesar has actually bequeathed in his will. Or D. How to push Lepidus out of the way. So a similar question was already solved. So the answer is how to cut off some payments promised to people. Yes. Coming to the 17th one. Why does Octavius say, we are at stake or in a dangerous situation towards the end of the scene? A. They are surrounded by enemies. B. Fearful that Brutus and Cassius will kill them. 2. C. Some people who seem friendly have harmful intentions in their heart. Or D. He's scared that Lepidus might retaliate once he gets to know about Antony's intention. So why does Octavius say we are at stake? Because they are surrounded by enemies and some people who seem friendly have harmful intentions in their heart. So to quote exactly what Octavius say, let us do so, for we are at the stake, and bayed about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs. So he is not only scared that they are surrounded by enemies, but they are also surrounded by friendly people who have harmful intentions in their heart. 18. What is Antony's attitude towards Lepidus in this scene? Is it A. Respectful, B. Disrespectful, C. Indifferent, or D. Admiring? So it is pretty apparent about what Antony's attitude is, isn't it? He calls him a donkey and compares him with a horse. So that is quite disrespectful. 19th one. Octavius says that we are surrounded by many enemies. Who are the enemies that Octavius fears about? Is it A. Brutus and Cassius, B. the crowd supporting Brutus, C. the army raised against them, or D. people who seem friendly but have harmful intentions? So we already know this answer, isn't it? The enemies that Octavius fears about are the people who seem friendly but have harmful intentions. And coming to the last question, where does the scene take place? Is it A, in the capital, B, in a house in Rome, C, in the streets near the capital, or D, in a camp near Sardis? So the scene takes place in a house in Rome. So I hope you're thorough with Act 4, Scene 1. Until we meet next time, take good care of your health. Do not take any stress regarding your studies. Just do not procrastinate. Study every day and you will definitely do very well in your examinations. All the very best. God bless.